Alright, now most filmmakers leave filmmaking not because they're not talented, but because they think they need more. That means more gear, more performance, and more permission. And of course, more time. Recently, we just made our first short film on the channel called Beneath the Armor, which is a emotional drama short film which is set between Captain Ray and Sophia. Captain Ray being a military soldier and Sophia being a life insurance policy assister. And what made this so creative and what made this film so unique is we ignored the expensive builds and all of the things required to make a perfect short film because we don't see perfection. Instead, we see something more than perfection, because what makes a good film is not perfection, but to make the film so interesting that your audience loves it. So if you are a young filmmaker who wants to produce your first short film or any other type of film that you want to produce out there, sit back, relax, and maybe grab a drink, because in this video I'm going to explain how we made our first short film and how we did it with such limited budget and limited resources that we had. So do not forget to subscribe to Spark Dynamic Studios. It really helps the channel a lot, and not only will you be supporting us, but you'll also get major updates and also videos just like this to improve your film career and to improve your skills. So without further ado, let's get into it. First of all, let's talk tools, because I want to kill the myth right now that is circulating throughout the entire filmmaking world, and it's about equipment, tools, and gear. First of all, when we made Beneath the Armor, we made it with a busted Huawei phone. Yep, a busted Huawei phone. A few lights, and of course a clear vision. Now, our vision did not come by surprise. I made this short film and I also directed, edited, and even written it. And while writing the short film, I thought to myself, I'm going to need a lot of equipment. But then I did the math and I decided that what I'll do is utilize everything that I have, because that is a key filmmaking rule, is to utilize what you have and make with what you have. Because with all the things that you have, you may think that the film you would be making would come out small crap, or it would just come out in a very low budget type of way. But even low budget films can become very unique and become very interesting for your audience to watch. Which takes me to the next thing. The next one is you need to know where to place your gear. So for example, lighting. You cannot put lighting ever while it is in the daytime, because when you're shooting your film, that's going to ruin your film. So what you're going to do is you're going to control the lighting by putting up blinds or covering the sun, or whatever light seems unnecessary to you or deems unnecessary to you. So when it also comes to a few other equipment like your props and your camera, that too needs to be put in a way where the audience can see what's going on. For example, when you need your audience to pay attention to a certain object or a certain character, you want to create this angle where your audience would be focused on this character. In Beneath the Armor, we used a similar one where we would keep the camera a wide shot on Captain Ray so the audience can see that, okay, this is a military veteran walking into what looks like a building, and they would assume that he's going to a military base or he's going there for important business. They don't need to have everything figured out. They just need to know what is happening in the scene. Alright, now you know how to utilize your equipment and to use your tools for a basic cinematic shot for your audience to not only stay interested, but to be engaged and follow the story of your film, while also making them understand what is taking place and what's happening within the scene. Now we're going to go on to our next one, and that is limitations. Now, when it comes to limitations, we know we don't have a lot of gear, we have limited resources, and we're waiting for permission. Now, this is the thing that most filmmakers get wrong a lot, is that when you are making your film and somebody says, oh, unfortunately I can't lend you my house, or unfortunately I can't do this and that, it creates this limitation whereby you can't shoot your film at a specific place anymore. Now you need to change strategy and shoot it at another place. Do not, under any circumstances, quit or feel like nobody's giving you a heads up or anything like that. Because yes, people can say no so you can feel a sort of rejection. Do not ever think that, because people may say no, but other people may say yes. So you need to look for endless opportunities. Alright, not endless opportunities. The main point of this is, when you're limited, whether that be location-wise or equipment-wise, or if you need permission to go inside a place and shoot your film there, do not be bound by those limitations. Go and find other opportunities, go and find other people who will lend you a hand when it comes to location, gear, etc. And if you can't find anything, just use your own house, or you use some reliable friend's place. Depending on what your film's about, it is not impossible when you believe that it can happen, and when you have the connections in order to do so. As long as you have that connections, even if you can borrow their place or a specific place for just a little bit so that you are able to shoot your film, that helps a lot too. And also, remember to stay kind and humble, because that apparently helps a lot, because people gain more trust in you and are more eager to let you lend their place. To let you have their place to shoot your film. Which takes me to the next one. Now that I've taught you the second thing about filmmaking, which is not being bound by your limitations, the third thing now is perhaps the most important one, and that is actors. Honestly, I could not have made Beneath the Armor if it weren't for my cast. My actors delivered roles that I couldn't myself, and I'm so proud of them to this day. And you too can be proud of your actors if you listen to this. So, when it comes to your actors, you want to have a neutral understanding and respect for them, as they have to you. Also, if your actors are not pretty good at acting, trust me, when they do act, they will give it their best shot. But you need to be more lenient on training them to act in the specific way that you want them to act. Depending on what your film is, you're going to train them accordingly to that. And when your actors do act, don't cut them off. See what they got, and if there's anything to change, you change it. But as long as you have that mutual respect with your actors, they will commit themselves fully to the role. Speaking from experience, I can tell you that you are safe to assure that your cast will give it their all. And finally, before I wrap this video up, all you new filmmakers, if you are still here today, please subscribe to Spark Dynamic Studios so that we can continue providing content that is valuable, not only for our subscribers, but also for our community as well, and Spark Dynamic Studios as a channel. And also, leave a few of your comments if you also want to know more about filmmaking, or even new secrets about the channel's future. Now, the last thing I want to say is, all you young filmmakers out there, it is not too late. If you still have a script that you're still planning on doing, do it and finish it. If you have a project that you're still doing, do it and finish it. Because yes, your first film, your first project, it will not be your masterpiece. Beneath the Armor wasn't mine, and so too will it not be yours. But I tell you, your masterpiece will come. Because not only will you learn from the film that you made, but that you'll get better and better and better. And when you do reach your full potential, you will definitely be proud to call it a masterpiece. And without further ado, I will see you in the next video.